Hey guys, I wanted to make this quick video because I don't know, I've just been thinking about a few things that the Lord's been showing me. So I wanted to tell you guys a story. Like I said, the Lord's been showing me my past and everything that's ever happened since I was a little kid. Just how He's destined me to be here to where I am now, and where I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna be doing, and I've always had the idea that we would get raptured and put right back down to earth because I had a dream of that. I don't know what's gonna happen, so I'm just saying what the Lord's showing me now, okay? But there's a story that I could fit it in elsewhere, but I keep thinking about this tree, so I feel like I know this needs to come out for someone else, whoever's gonna watch this, I guess. I'm not really sure why, but I'm sure the Lord will show me later. But my grandmother, she had this tree, okay? She had a tree and a rose bush. So my grandmother had a tree that my grandfather gave to her as a wedding gift, or as like an anniversary gift, something that had to do with their marriage. And by the time I was born and a little kid, man, I loved that tree. I played in that tree all the time. It was right around when Pocahontas came out that I was a kid, and I felt like that made me Pocahontas because I had a weeping willow tree as a kid. So I played in it. I loved this thing, and I knew the story of it. My grandmother told me the story all the time, and my grandmother told me the story of the old country and all that all the time. And they always talked about God. They showed me what it really meant to love God every day. And luckily, I know I was supposed to see that when I was a little kid, because later on throughout life I didn't see that until I got married again. Not again, I've only been married once, but so there's this story of the willow tree. And then my mother, before my grandmother owned the home, and my grandfather ended up moving out. But they stayed married, and he came over there every day, but they just could not live together for a while. And so for a while, they had this extra house at some point. And my mom had just gotten married to my dad. So my dad went out and bought her a rose bush and put it next to the willow tree, or like on the outside of the stuff that hangs down off the tree, right? The limbs and stuff. It was over there next to it, like at the entrance to the house. And it was literally like, this is my front porch. This is my front door. So if you look out, there's my tree that my husband gave me, this a red crepe myrtle tree. And now, all the other flowers I have was given to me as a gift by my husband from Mother's Day, okay? And when I moved in here, I saw these plants. These plants were already here, these 4 plants. And I have another set in the front part of the house that you can't see. I knew that the Lord showed me that He called them the 2 thieves. Okay? And so I'm going to continue on. So after my dad planted this rose bush for my mom, then my grandmother ended up moving back in after my parents separated to that home. And that's when I played there as a kid, as a young child. And so my husband didn't know about that part of that history of my family, those little things. But I've always known them, it happened in my life. And I never spoke about it because it just never came up. But then he bought this tree, and I didn't even think about it at the time. but the Lord showed me. I had prayed that day that I got the tree. The Lord, I prayed to the Lord, like, please, Lord, give me something encouraging. And I don't normally ever pray that or ask Him for anything. I ask Him for me to understand things, but I try not to ask for anything. And I used to pray for like confirmation all the time. And like, I'll say, Lord, just confirm that to me, like in spirit. I just want to have the understanding of, yes, this is of Him. And He knows that when I pray that, that's what I mean. But He gives me confirmation all the time on everything. Like he'll give so many confirmations for things. You just have to teach yourself to hear them and to see them. But I know that all these plants and everything that I've gotten, okay, connect to my visions and dreams with the girl and Michaela in the dreams. And that it's God's gift. And listen, God is about to do something. I don't know what else is going to happen in my life, but I know that 2 houses down the road, I never talked to the wife, but my neighbor 2 houses down is like works like he's got a business and we have a business, and like it's my husband's friend, right? Okay, they like work in the same field, but they're not in the same business. So I didn't know his wife's name. I've spoken to her once or twice, but I ended up speaking to her the other day, and the Lord showed me. I was typing in her number, and then she spelled out her name, and I was like, wait, your name's Michael? And the husband's name is Michael too, okay? And like I said, the beginning of things was always connected in all of my dreams and visions by a girl named Michaela, God's gifts, meaning a gift from God. And this girl's name is Michael, but she goes by Michaela. Okay? And then my mom sent me the gift, okay? With 111, 4 ones on there, okay? This is the biggest letters or numbers you can see on the box. And I showed that to you guys. And I know the Lord is saying, like, the 2 have become one in Christ, and it's connected to the twin stuff, guys. I don't know, I'm seeing something here, but it's not fully realized yet or understood yet, because I know the Lord's going to build on this. But guys, I'm seeing so much. These visions are coming true gradually, like we're building up to it. Over the past month, everything's been connecting to a gift from God or those visions about that, right? Or with the girl named Michaela in it, and just I'm seeing some convergences here that is just too much to ignore. And then the situation the other day where I went to that campfire to make s'mores with that little boy for his birthday, and then that was like, I mean, the Lord confirmed exactly what I was saying about where I lived all my life, all these different places, being in the same order, all running along Church Road or Christian Road. And now I live at Church, the corner of Church and Griffith, which means Lord, at 138, which means chosen. My mind's blown right now, and I don't know what's going to happen next. But I know that the Lord just prompted me to make this video and to tell you guys that story. And so I can't wait to see what's next. But I know that, guys, we are in that time frame. Nothing is ever connected like it is now. Ever. Over the last 6 years that I've followed the Lord and been taught by the Lord only, I went to church or anything. Only the Lord taught me. And no, don't get me wrong, plenty of people taught me on YouTube and stuff like that. But it was through the direction of the Lord the whole time. I made sure to pray diligently every time I got online. It was acknowledged. The Lord knew I wanted only things by Him to come to me, and I wanted to make sure, like, this is the one thing in my life I don't mess up. And I mess up a lot in my life. And I just don't want to mess up my life with God, you know, and the truth. Like, I don't want to skew the truth. I don't want to, I want it to be perfect. And I even went in this knowing, like, you can't lie. And I used to embellish all the time, or just like make up a lie for no reason just to look good or something like that. I used to do that all the time. But whenever I was saved, I truly could not do that anymore. I don't want to. Like, I couldn't do it to myself, and I haven't. I have not done it. I have not embellished a situation that's gone on. Nothing. If I have embellished, it's only because of excitement, and that is the embellishment, showing my excitement. But that is truth, you know. And so I just want you guys to see what's going on. I don't really know why the Lord wanted me to put this up or make this video right now. But I was standing here in front of this tree, and the Lord reminded me of the story and told me to turn the camera on. So I did. So I love you guys, and I'll talk to y'all later.